My name is Bonnie Jane. I discovered I had a hearing loss when I was with my children and my grandchildren, and they acknowledged that I was missing parts of the conversation. I knew I had a high frequency, little bit of loss just from years of going to concerts and loud concerts over a lifetime. But I hadn't had it checked in a while and began the journey by getting an audiogram done at my ear, nose, and throat physician specialist, and the audiologist there showed my curve showing a mild to moderate loss, especially in the high frequency range. That began my journey of trying to discover more about all the hearing aids on the market, which can be overwhelming to anyone who's just starting to learn. I learned the results of my test this past December, so I am a new person to hearing aids, and navigating all of the models and the comparing what your needs are is can be overwhelming. So I picked a place close to where I live and I Googled help to look at models and those types of information for decision making because, as you know, it can be a significant cost. So, Zip Hearing, I put my request of information in and received a phone call immediately. That was very helpful. I had been referred to the Phonax as meeting the needs of my type of hearing loss, and I ended up purchasing the Phonak. This is the charging case, but you can see the logo here. And the hearing aids come in this case for recharging, and it's charging now, even though it's off the plug. And the hearing aids themselves are very tiny and very easy to insert. So I'll show you putting into the right ear, this way, putting into the left ear, this way, and that is how simple it is. And the range of what I've noticed immediately for what I can hear versus what I cannot hear is significant. What I really like about these hearing aids, they are natural. I don't have any distortions. I don't feel a transition moving from a quiet space to a noisy space. It just is smooth. And I do believe that this model is the I-90, if I failed to say that. I do believe that because I have a milder to moderate hearing loss, that the higher end ones are better for me because I noticed so many different changes. I had started out using AirPods Pro made by Apple, and the transition between noise to non-noise was significantly like you could hear a big switch. With the Phonax being they have the AI chip in them, when I move from one space to another, it's a natural transition. It all sounds natural to me. What I have noticed is that when I don't have the hearing aids in, I can tell that I need them now, and that is significant. You don't realize what you're missing until you start wearing hearing aids and pick up those sounds that you've lost. I haven't found anything that I really don't like about these hearing aids. I have been so grateful for them. It's made a difference in my world, around friends and family. Probably sometimes when I'm in the car using Apple CarPlay, sometimes there's a switch that goes in and out, and that happens to get improved with every time Apple does an upgrade fix. I've noticed that some things have improved with that. So I'm not sure it's the Phonak software as much as it is the Apple software on those transitions. I have not had experience with any other hearing aid other than the Apple AirPod Pros. They were helpful, but I'd be in a room or if I were walking with a group and one would pop out and roll down the hill and I'd have to go find it and put it back in. And as I said, there was kind of a transitional sound change that was irritating. These have no irritation. It's just an all natural transition. I'm grateful that I got a phone call back from Zip Hearing to get me started. It has now been January, February, March, and April, 4 months of use, and I am extraordinarily happy. You can see that you can barely see these. All you can see if you pull your hair back is a little wire over the edge, and it just, it's not like they're bulky, they're very lightweight, they're very comfortable. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you have good success in finding the hearing aids that are best for you.